are my guests. Could you introduce yourselves?
Yes, my name is Laurie K. Failer.
And I'm Blond Favor.
I heard you guys recently went on a trip to Chile.
We did.
Do you pronounce it Chile or
Chile.
Okay, I've heard it's Chile. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
My sister, her husband was made a mission president there of the Santiago East Mission. Do you want me to hold on to this?
Yeah.
Of the Santiago East Mission, and so I just couldn't go 3 years without seeing my sister. So they're there in Chile, and so we stayed a week with them in the mission home. And did you want to add anything?
Sure. Santiago is a beautiful city. It's a big city. And it's like most other big cities in the world. Do you want me to begin embellishing?
I was kind of curious because I've never been, but I've heard more people than I probably should know who have gone there. And so I'm wondering, like, when you first landed and went, like, what was your first impressions? Like, just arriving?
The people were very friendly, and we had an easy time getting to where we needed to go. We were met by her sister and her husband, and it was about a half-hour drive back to the mission home, maybe 40 minutes, and not very eventful up to that point. But when we started to go out and see things, because they're serving a mission, they couldn't go, so we traveled with our son and his family, and he rented a van big enough to seat all of us, and we started to go out and explore. And we discovered right away that the driving is insane there.
Is there like a lot of Vespas on the road, or are people just really crazy drivers?
No,
there?
surprisingly, it's not like that at all. But
Okay.
but all the cars, well, the 90+% are really small, compact cars. The majority are not American made, but there's a few Chevys and Fords in the mix. But you don't get anywhere. You can't get to your destination if you're not aggressive. There are no traffic police that we saw anywhere, and in the city they control the speed limit with speed bumps and speed dips. They don't have policemen with radar and pulling you over and giving you a speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
They control it literally that way. So when you're going along on a street you think you should be able to do 40 or 50 on, you're limited to whatever they decide with the speed bumps. Yeah.
Was there a lot of potholes?
No, the streets were pretty well maintained.
Yeah.
But they're not like we're used to in Arizona here. They're not wide, big streets.
They're like narrow,
Very
New York
narrow,
City kind of
yeah.
streets.
And the people can stop and park anywhere. The way you signal that you're stopping is you put on your flashers, and you just stop right there. A lot of them stop in the middle of the lane, the road, and you have to figure out a way around. And there's no issue. That's just what they do.
So at any point in time whatsoever, when you're on the road, somebody in front of you might just pull over.
Yeah,
Just stop
Just
right
stop
there in front of you, because you're already over. Because the roads aren't super wide, and so you just have to wait for oncoming traffic to like find a spot and get around them really, really quick. So so that made it fun. One other thing, I have to say this, their garbage is fascinating because they don't have cans like we have that we take out to the road. Everyone in front of their house has a great big basket, and it's a big metal basket, and you just put your trash in it, and then the garbage guys come by and they just pull the stuff out of the baskets.
And the basket is raised up off the ground, 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah, so it's just on a pole.
And that's to control rodents, I think.
Yeah.
So that they're not climbing all around the garbage and that when they put it out.
And do they have, I don't know if you know, but like, do they have trash, like people picking up the trash bags? So this is reminding me more and more like New York.
Like I said, it's like any other big city, really. interesting thing about the driving, you can't get an international driver's license in Chile if your driver's license is from Argentina.
What?
They do not like Argentina. And they claim that that's because Argentinians don't know how to drive. But we learned different.
Because we were in both places, so.
So, yeah, and things were much calmer in Argentina as far as driving goes. In Chile, it's so aggressive. I mean, you just wouldn't believe it here. You know, the young drivers that get crazy on the freeway once in a while here and stuff, you see them go by and whatnot, that's nothing compared to what they do in Chile's.
I heard you stayed at the mission home. Do you know, did the missionaries ever get cars, or is it mostly on foot or bikes? Like, what kind of transportation do they use?
The mission
Yeah.
that we were in is 100% walking.
Okay.
No cars, no motorized vehicles, and no bicycles. So,
Is
and
it-
I think all of the missions in Santiago are that way. Not all of the missions in Chile necessarily, but the ones in Santiago.
Is there like public transport?
Yes, they have a really good public transportation system. Some interesting highlights of Santiago, real quick. The tallest building in South America is there.
Like a skyscraper?
Yeah, and it's really tall. We went to the top of it, and
We were really fortunate to go the day after it rained, because that just burned off a lot of the fog and the smog and everything. So when we were up there, we could really see, and it is usually you can't. And we were worried about that because we went to the temple before that, and we weren't just right there immediately, but we really had good views.
yes,
What's the climate like? Is it tropical, or
it's
is it?
winter time there right now, and
Uh-huh.
the highs were in the mid 60s, but the lows weren't very low. We used really light jackets in the evening. It wasn't very cold, but that's their winter time. And the number one national food is what we would call a hot dog.
Oh,
No
right.
way.
Yeah,
So-
and it's a hot dog with avocado, some kind of cheese, and I can't remember. Tomatoes on it, and they have the pictures of it everywhere we went.
It's
We
a
didn't
big
understand
deal.
it. We thought it was just trying to make money and whatnot, but it's their national food.
Are you sure this is in New York?
Well,
But
that's- exactly.
But the best food was the empanadas, or just hands down.
I've
Yes.
never
They
tried.
had shrimp empanadas that were amazing, just so good.
Very, very good. Yeah.
Would you guys go to get food? Did they have a lot of sushi there? Isn't Santiago kind of by the ocean, or am I getting
It's not far from the ocean. It's
Okay.
about 40-minute drive, I think, to get to the coast. So.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not right on the ocean, but
No.
not far. And I think they had a lot of fish places in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was good.
So wait, it's not beach climate then? I'm trying to.
No.
'cause I've heard it's kind of like a rainforest, but it's more like California.
Yeah, I think it would be more like that. I don't know how warm it gets in the summer. I think
Okay.
it's probably pretty comparable to California.
Mm-hmm. This recent trip was your second, or what? Was that your first time there?
Yeah, we've never been there before.
Yeah, that was the first time in Chile
Okay.
and Argentina for both of us.
Would
And
you have
Brazil.
any advice for somebody who's like heading there or has never been? Like anything at all that you might be like wished you would have done?
This is
Or
gonna be
Well, I
interesting.
highly recommend upgrading your airline tickets so that you sit in a nicer area, because the 10-hour flight is a little
It's a lot.
grueling if you don't. And when you fly to Japan and those parts of the world, or even down to Australia, you get much longer flights, and I don't know how those people do it without upgrading. But young folks like you guys could do it no problem. But
We liked being up where we were. It was nice. And just there, It's very varied. That's what I felt. I felt like the mall that we went to was very, very nice, and the people are very nice. Um, but we did some other things too, like the outdoor place that we ate, and so it was
The
just
museums were amazing.
Yeah.
Like New York.
Well, thanks for sharing what you've seen and learned in Chile. Any like last minute advice besides airplane advice for anybody who's wanting any?
It helps to speak the language,
I bet.
but there seem to be quite a bit of folks that spoke English there.
Mm-hmm.
There's Walmarts there, but they're not called that, and they don't carry the same type of merchandise, so they're just basically down there to be there. So their grocery stores were really nice. Even we went into a couple that were, not super expensive, nice places, but they seem to have everything you need, but not very many American products at all. It's all their stuff, and so you kind of have to hunt and find what you're looking for. But they're pretty accommodating for being a nice place to visit. So
It was really nice.